tonight.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. The numbers for Sanders last week, north of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 3rd and 4 now. You look at this Niner defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers, and a first down here. Out of the gun, it's Young. Short throw underneath to Hurst. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, but sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Young working out of the gun, looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. From the shotgun, it's Young. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break after the catch, but still an effective game.
Panthers. Quez Watkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that scores to cap it off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. And leading them out, their signal caller now in his 4th season in the NFL.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 16 carries, 69 yards.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from...
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week.
Second and 9. Here's Young. Open man Hamler, that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Young to throw it. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd down and 6 now. Panther football to start quarter number 2. 2nd down, Young. As they've got it as we resume action. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Young. And he's got it. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. Sanders. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So Young will head to the sideline, and on is Piñeiro for the Panther field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Piñeiro is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Back to throw, Purdy. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually. Right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you've got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
That flag offense up a little bit.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15.
Purdy now to throw.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first.
Purdy sets up to throw again.
And this one is incomplete.
The Niners at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
And the Niners are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running gets them to the 9-yard line.
A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Here's Purdy.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Touchdown, 49ers.
Christian McCaffrey.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the 49ers have got it back to within a score. Moody good with the extra point.
And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it's finished off by a receiving touchdown from Christian McCaffrey. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Carolina offense about ready to go.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And Young's throw there incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because Your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. First down, Young.
This is Hamler on the receiving end.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Young to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Watkins. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Now Young.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Again, it's Young. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Here is Young. And it's caught. Touchdown.
K.J. Hamler.
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Panthers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards.
And it was all polished off on the touchdown reception by K.J. Hamler.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Niners ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Purdy. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third down, it's Purdy.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. So we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10
at their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The end result, 21 yards. McCaffrey running up the middle.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing here, Purdy. And this pass caught by Gray.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Purdy now on 2nd down.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 19. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Purdy's throw caught by Gray.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the 1st at the 29. There's the Panthers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. Open man is Samuel, complete. And taking it across midfield. 40. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Purdy now to throw off the play action.
They're unable to connect. Contact may have come too early.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag. Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. And and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. McCaffrey is in. Touchdown 49ers. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Young on 3rd down.
That's over the middle and caught by Mingo.
And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. San Francisco accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage. And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 63 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Davis Price up the middle.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now a 2nd and 6. Now Purdy. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, his third touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And the Niners have taken a fourth-quarter lead. Moody good with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at and now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Now a 2nd and 10.
To throw, Young. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Young now.
Open man is Mingo, complete.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. It'll be Young again.
He completes this one to Mingo.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 22-yard line. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Young.
That's the tight end Hurst with it. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Here we go, 1st and goal.
Again, that's Hurst. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed in a tight game like this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
So Purdy and the Niners
down 24-21, a little under a minute to go. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10.
Purdy to throw.
And oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab.
Now 2nd and 4. Here's Purdy to throw. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Here's Purdy. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. Here comes second down. To throw is Purdy. And that could be a killer. He'll lose yardage and tackled inbounds.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
This definitely four-down territory at this point, but a critical third down here. Throwing, Purdy.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Here it is, 4th and inches. Purdy to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's got this down to the 35. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And instead of tying it up, down by 3.
We so often think of these kickers as automatic at any distance, and it's just not the case because when you start talking about 50-plus yards, it's still a tough one to connect on. This one ends up no good, and that should put to rest any chance of this game getting to overtime.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And this one wasn't easy. You had an East Coast team, Charles, going west, playing a night game, but somehow they were able to get the job done.
Yeah, when you talk about playing a night game, they're closer to being sleepy because of East Coast time with their bodies when you're kicking off to play the game. So that's a real big accomplishment for them to get that done. The flip side, too, is traveling home. In the old days, you had to wait to get the video for your next game. You had all those, so you were really a day behind. Now the video's on their computers as they get on the plane to head back, so they can get a lot of work done on the plane.